They are part of the fleet of the Bayerische Zugspitzbahn since 1987, the Double Unit Railcars 10 and 11. Being the first power units of the Zugspitzbahn to have the capability of traversing both the valley route and the cogwheel section up to the Zugspitze, they mark a significant waypoint in the vehicular history of the Zugspitzbahn. Come along and take a closer look at the pinnacle of railroad engineering, the BEH-48 of the Bayerische Zugspitzbahn. It's a contrast like no other. While the highly modern Talent 2 units of the DB are waiting for their next usage a mere 100 meters away, you can catch a glimpse of the SLM-built Youngtimers 10 and 11 at the Zugspitzbahn station in Garmisch with just a bit of luck. They could be seen there for the first time in 1987, when the 1930 AEG-built valley locomotives 1-4 were put out of regular duty due to the ongoing modernization of the Bayerische Zugspitzbahn. A 30-minute schedule has been possible between Garmisch and Greinau ever since then. This tight schedule was made possible by the complete overhaul of the valley route not long before that, enabling the railcars to use their maximum speed of 70 km an hour. Each vehicle is pushed to the speed by a total of 4 electric motors, coming in at 216 kW apiece. That ranks the maximum power output of one double unit railcar at 864 kW, affecting either the valley side axle of each bogie or the cogwheel, depending on which part of the track it's currently traversing. At this point, I'd like to explain to you the two most common ways of noting a rail vehicle's axle formula. First off, there is the Swiss system. It lists basic data like the interior design, the traction type of the vehicle, and any further noteworthy features as letters, followed by the numbers giving the ratio of propulsion axles to axles overall. Unfortunately, you can't read the exact order of axles from it. This is where the UEC notation comes in. It lists running axles as numbers, propulsion axles as capital letters, and any other noteworthy features, both as lowercase letters as well as special characters. What you see on screen right now is the axle formula of one double unit railcar. After such a mountain of dry theory, let's follow up with a bit of basic data. Coming in at 114 seats and 90 standing places each, the units 10 and 11 have a combined capacity of 408 passengers. This puts them in first place for the vehicles with the most capacity among the fleet of the Zugspitzbahn. Four BEH-48 units were built exactly like that, 2 for the Wendelsteinbahn and 2 for the Zugspitzbahn. Being a year older than their counterparts at Brandenburg, the 10 and 11 are the original ones of the bunch. Fulfilling the newest standards in railroad equipment, passengers won't have to put effort into operating the doors. With the push of the stop request button in the door area, The operator will open all doors simultaneously with the flick of a button from the cab of the train. Boarding either of the vehicles, you'll feel as if you're entering a different time. Large opening windows grant excellent views of the stunning mountainscape on either side of the tracks. The wooden seats were retrofitted with cushions to accommodate modern passenger standards while still keeping that original 1980s look. If you followed so far into the video, I'd like to thank you for sticking along. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy my content, and feel free to comment requests for future videos. If you're into Alpine technology, also check out my friend's channel Anton der Schwabe. He has tons of videos around the whole Alps to offer. Thank you again for listening, and let's get right back to the video. Thanks to the special methods used in manufacturing the railcars, they ran in about 6.7 tons per axle. For comparison, a Talon 2 unit comes in at just over 14 tons per axle. Taking into account the more bulky DC motors of the 10 and 11, as well as their weighty gearing with a ratio of either 1:6 or 1:12, the light rate is an impressive feat even by modern standards. With that, among other technological innovations, the speed between Greinau and Eibsee could be raised to 30 km an hour during the ascent and 24 km an hour during the descent. Above station Eibsee, they match the railcars 1-4, built between 1954 and 1958, with the 20 km an hour ascent and the 15 km an hour descent. Upon arrival at the Bayerische Zugspitzbahn, the 10 and 11 coupled together were the first consist to reach the 60-meter border of the cogwheel section's infrastructure on their own. Before that, up to 3 trains would follow each other up the winding tracks. This was back then and still is signaled to oncoming trains by the letters C, B and A given to those follow-up consists. Once the train with the letter A reaches the switchback, the track is clear and the oncoming trains may continue their way. Following the 1978 built railcars 5 and 6, The 10 and 11 are equipped with the newer LED signaled A, as opposed to the older powered units who came with only a holder for a metal signaling plate. Adding to the already well thought out overall picture of the double unit railcars, they introduced a fundamental change into dynamic braking at the Zugspitzbahn. Contrary to the older models, the 10 and 11 are able to feed their braking energy back into the overhead wire. For a safe descent in any circumstance, they are furthermore equipped with braking resistors to convert the energy to heat, just like the older models. Another revolutionary introduction was the controls of the traction power. Looking back to older models, there was always a fixed set of steps in the power output. The 10 and 11 introduced seamless power regulation with their DC-DC converters, adding to the already high standards in passenger comfort. The double unit railcars 10 and 11 of the Bayerische Zugspitzbahn are two machines like no other. With an age of 39 years, some might see them as old, but upon taking a closer look, you are bound to notice that the technological ingenuity surpasses even the most modern power units around the world. In the fleet of the Bayerische Zugspitzbahn, their capacity remains as unbeaten as their iconic design, and will hopefully be able to enjoy those vehicles for many years to come. They are found among the best of the best. They are the pinnacle of railroad engineering, the double unit railcars 10 and 11 of the Bayerische Zugspitzbahn.